For the 25 years I've lived in Squamish, one of the biggest reasons people have moved here has been the lifestyle. That has always been a huge part of the appeal. You've got the mountains, the trails, the ocean, the skiing, the biking, the hiking, and just a better day-to-day way of living than a lot of people feel they can get in a bigger city. That part is still true. But what this data shows is that the cost of housing is starting to chip away at that. When the numbers show that the cost of carrying a typical home in Squamish has climbed to around 110% of the average local wage, that obviously does not mean people are literally spending 110% of their income on their mortgage. It just shows how far apart local incomes and housing costs have become. In simple terms, one average local income does not carry the average home here anymore. Not even close. The biggest reason people are still making it work is that homes are no longer being supported by one income. They are being supported by two incomes per household. To me, that is one of the clearest takeaways. Years ago, a second income could help. Now, in a lot of cases, it is not really optional. It is what makes the math work in the first place. And even then, many buyers are also relying on larger down payments, help from family, or equity from a previous home to bridge the gap. That also does not mean prices have to drop. Vancouver is a good example of that. The average home price there is still around 3 times the average single income, and people are still buying. So just because homes are stretched relative to local income does not automatically mean values fall. People keep finding ways to make it work. They stretch harder, combine incomes, use family help, bring more money down, and accept a much heavier financial load than people used to. What this really shows is not that the market cannot continue. It shows that the lifestyle people came here for is being eroded by what it now takes to live here. People moved here for more freedom, more balance, more access to the outdoors, and a better quality of life. But when it takes 2 incomes just to carry the house, that starts to change the experience. You may still live next to the trails and the mountains, but you are working more to afford it, and that has a cost. There is also a major opportunity cost that comes with that. In the past, if less of your household income went toward housing, you had more room to save, invest, build your RRSPs, put money into TFSAs, or create other assets that would grow over time and produce income later. Now, much more of that money is tied up in the house itself, either through a much larger down payment or through much larger monthly payments. So even when people are making ownership work, they are often doing it by giving up flexibility and future financial opportunity. That is the part that matters. It is not just that housing is expensive. It is that it now demands more from people. More income, more support, more cash up front, and more ongoing pressure month after month. And when that happens, the lifestyle that made Squamish so attractive starts to get worn down a bit. Not because the town has changed, but because the cost of staying here has. So to me, that is the real takeaway. This data does not prove prices are going to fall, because clearly markets can stay stretched for a long time. What it does show is that people are having to work more, rely more on 2 incomes, and commit more of their financial life to housing just to hold on to the lifestyle that brought them here in the first place.